Hello my friends, Boomy here once again with another video for you, my SWTOR brothers and sisters. How's everyone doing today in a galaxy far, far, far? It's not as far as you think. Away! If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for all your SWTOR fun, news, gadgets, and updates right here, right now. My dear friends, BioWare has broken silence. Broken. They have broken the silence about the future of SWTOR, and they have answered some of our questions. Keith came out, Keith Koenig, or Papa Keith, to those who know him, has finally come out and given us a little bit more information, a little bit more detail into what all is happening. I'll just say this. I'm really glad this came out. I'm glad it's going to, hopefully will settle down some of the fires. It'll probably set some new ones, which, you know, it's online gaming. It's the internet. It happens all the time. Although I kind of wish they had put this out like the day after the whole Broadsword thing came down, because that would have helped a lot. But more than likely, he just wasn't able to, and he probably didn't have all the answers yet for us, the community. So let's get into it. Let's get in and see what Keith had to say. It says, here we go. It says, hello all. Appreciate your patience with us as we continue to navigate the future shift of SWTOR's development team to a third-party studio. We're working through the changes right now, so I'll share with you the details that I have. With 7.3 now live, and you're busy doing the plumbing and cleaning up other people's messes, our priority is continuing to prepare for game 7.3.1 and of course 7.4, along with planning for 2024 and 2025 with a focus on content and continued modernization initiatives. We also want to address some of the common questions we are seeing. What's changing for players after their shift begins? For all of you, not much is changing at all. Players will continue to play in the game, and SWTOR.com and the forums will continue to remain online and a source for players to get news and updates. Support for SWTOR will remain unchanged, and players can continue to utilize the EA support page or in-game tools for assistance. Will SWTOR development team be moving out of Austin? Now, I know this has been a question for a lot of people, and I myself have wondered the same, so let's see what he has to say there. We are already a remote team, with staff working from home throughout the U.S. and beyond. That said, our physical presence will still be remaining in Austin, and we will be securing a new office space here. Righty right. Here's the closet. Enjoy. We gotta make room for Mass Effect and Dragon Age, you know, the favorite children. Is the game heading into maintenance mode? Absolutely not. As I've said before, we are working on future plans, including more story and modernization initiatives for the game. We've upgraded the game to 64-bit, took you long enough, and are working on moving the service to a cloud, and there are more content and tech updates on the way. Moving to a third-party studio will allow us a lot of creative freedom, and we're very much looking forward to the opportunities that will be open to us. Now that's a very interesting sentence, that they'll be given more creative freedom. Begs the question on who's been stifling their creative freedom this whole time. As in, like I've said before and mentioned before, I've talked to people within BioWare, and it's not really EA. EA just publishes it and has the license for Star Wars for right now, which actually that ends this year. However, they've pointed saying a lot of it has to come from the very top brass at BioWare. Let's be honest, BioWare really truly only cares about Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Those are the hills they are willing to die on. SWTOR has always been the redheaded stepchild when it didn't perform as they wanted it to. And I would argue that BioWare there's evidence that they let go of games that have a lot of potential, and they just don't give it the care and love it needs. Anthem being one of them. Yes, there were a lot of failures in Anthem in the beginning, but that's a game that had a ton of potential and could have gone some big places, I honestly believe. Mass Effect Andromeda, it was okay. I get why people didn't like it. I bought a sweater, a hoodie. I wore that thing until it, you know, I couldn't wear it anymore. But I actually didn't mind Andromeda. But again, it's like, you know, BioWare, they have these two games, Mass Effect and Dragon Age, and that's what they're good at right now for some reason. So yeah, SWTOR has always kind of been on the back burner, or kind of like, oh, SWTOR, you're still here? My bad, sorry. Oh, I gotta go Dragon Age things, bye. But anyways, let's continue on. What's going to happen to my account? My cartel coins? Nothing will change on this front. Everything will remain the same with your in-game accounts and any purchases you have made or make. What does EA remaining the publisher on record mean for the game? Similar to what we have said a few times now, it means nothing changes. The SWTOR team continues to be in control of the development and direction of the game, with EA providing publishing and player support. What will happen to moving servers to the cloud? That is still happening. We will have to reassess timelines, but we have every intention of moving forward with migrating our servers over to the cloud. We are also continuing with our evaluation regarding the APAC server as well. He closes with, to close, I know that when something like this happens, it can bring on feelings of doom and gloom. This isn't the beginning of the end. This truly is a new beginning for us. As you can imagine, there are quite a few moving parts right now that we have a lot to talk about in our future. We can expect 7.3.1 towards the end of the summer, with the story continuing with 7.4 on its heels as we enter the holidays. Also on the tech side, we are working on further updates such as improved integrations with Steam and updating to DirectX 12. We'll start talking about all this and more in the coming weeks. In the meantime, update 7.3 is now live, and I'll be right there with all of you going through the new story and flashpoint on all my characters. Thanks for your patience with this, everyone. You'll be hearing from us again soon. Keith. Now, I'm glad that Keith finally came out and said something, gave us some information, answered some questions that we had. But, yeah, kudos to that. Awesome. Is this the new hope for SWTOR? Is going to Broadsword going to save the game? I hope so. I really do. And I really hope he's genuine about, and I have no reason to think he's not, about there being more creative, them being allowed to be more creative now that there's not so many hands in the cookie jar. I can't speak tonight. We'll see what Broadsword does. We'll see, it kind of sounds like Keith is going over to Broadsword. We'll see how that's going. We don't know. All we can do is speculate, and sometimes we have to be careful with speculating. But I'm glad they came out with this finally. Is this enough to calm fears? I don't know. I already know a lot of people who've already probably jumped ship and ran because, the sky is falling. And it could still be that the sky is falling, but we just don't know. There's still a lot of unanswered questions out there, and some of those questions will not be answered until this move actually happens. And we let the dust settle at Broadsword, and we see how all that plays out. So until then, play SWTOR, have fun, subscribe if you want to, get cartel coins if you want to. You never know, you might find a code somewhere on my page, and you might get some right there. You're welcome. But yeah, again, glad this came out. Wish this had come out earlier, but he probably wasn't allowed to say some things, and he probably had a lot of questions as well. So let's not be fully doom and gloomy on the whole thing. I know sometimes people are like, Boomy, you're always so doomy and gloomy. I'm not. I'm a realist, and I live in reality, and I only go with what's in front of me, what facts and stuff I have in front of me, and from history of seeing how games do when they go over to third parties like this as well. So, like I said, I will never hide the truth from you guys, and I will always, shoot straight from the hip. And that has, garnered some ruffled feathers at some companies, and it is what it is. I honestly don't care. What I care about is you guys. Anyways, guys, make sure you hit the like button. The more likes we get, the more the algorithm likes us, and it really does love us. And if you are a YouTuber, go get my affiliate link down below for TubeBuddy. It really does help out a lot. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. Become part of the family here at BoomyNation, the freak show of YouTube, the black sheep of gaming. And as always, my friends, remember to be kind. It's about community, and don't forget to spay and neuter your Wookiees. We'll see you later, my friends. Good day. Man, I almost said don't forget to spay and neuter your community. That'd be interesting.